Hello, this is Tom, and the best trade as of the 8th of December 22 was definitely the Euro-CAD currency pair. Because of this nice evening star pattern up here and this nice engulfing pattern up here. They both construct the double top pattern, and as of the space, there was plenty of space for the trade. So the risk was of this size and the reward was of that size. To count it in pips, it was around 50 pips to the risk, and it was around 60 to 70 pips to the reward, to the win. So it was pretty nice trade with two nice patterns, with the evening star, with the engulfing, and the construction of all the pattern of double top. And there was pretty nice space for the trade as for 1-to-1. So this was the best trade for the 8th of the December on the Euro-CAD currency pair. Best trade as of the 9th December 22 was, in my opinion, on the Euro-NZD currency pair because of this beautiful evening star pattern, which was closing of around 12 o'clock. And this pattern was supported by the trend line, which was starting at this point, going through the second one and finalizing it in the third one where the price bounces short. I guess this whole situation was supported by the equidistant channel, because when I will be drawing it, I can start at the same point, going through the same second one and going to the same third one, and when I will take this side of it, I can lead it right there when I connect 2 points. I connect the point number 1 with the point number 2. We see this fake of the price in here. It was quite the quick one. And what we can see at the evening star pattern, we see the space which was created by this channel, which was starting at this point of the closing price of the evening star, and it was open somewhere there. So the space for the trade was quite open. The risk was of around 50 pips and the reward was of around 70 to 80 pips. So to create or make a trade of about 1-to-1 was very clear. There was the space for it, and I liked it. This is all about this trade. The best trade as of the 10th December 22 is definitely this one. Is the NZD-CAD currency pair, and what I like about this situation is definitely this beautiful evening star pattern. What I like about this situation is that the pattern is at the upper levels of the price. It's up on the chart. And I can draw the counter trend line, which is starting in here at this point. It's connecting the second one, the second swing, and it's finalizing its way on the third one, and the third one is this beautiful evening star pattern, which I like here. I can even draw here the wedge pattern, which is starting in here, going through the second swing and finalizing its way in here. The swing to the left, which is this one, and the wedge is making the space which we can reap. We can even count with this SR point, which is a zone with a range of about, I can measure it, of about 16 to 18 pips. So when I will delete not that so important parts of this trade, so I delete this one, those ones, and that one, I can see the space what I have for my trade. And the space is, I can count it here with the cross, on the risk side 30 to 35 pips, and on the win side or reward side it's also around 35 to 40 pips. So I would sell short in here, which is around 0.8740. I would have set my stop loss at the top of the pattern, which is around 30 pips, and I would put my take profit level or order to this point, which is around 30 to 35 pips. So we are again on the 1-to-1 plus money management. And this is all about this beautiful trade. The best trade as of the 13th December 22 was, in my opinion, this one. It's all happening on the GBP odd currency pair, and what I like is this situation, which is around 2 p.m. and we can see and find here this beautiful engulfing pattern. And we are again in a situation where I can draw and I can bring this pattern to the trend line. So let's draw the trend line in the platform. I will start in this place. We'll continue through this swing and I will click it here on the third point and the bound of the engulfing pattern. Now I will draw it again to make it more clear. So I will draw again the trend line. I can use even more broad one, so I will use this one, okay? Only to simply show that we are not only on the trend line, we are also in the price channel, which I can draw like that. And with those two equidistant lines set, the price creates very deep space for the trade. So the sell for this short trade would definitely be at this point. So there is the sell of the trade. And as for the risk reward, we could count the pips. So the amount of the pips on the risk side is about 35 pips, and the amount of the pips on the win or reward side is around 60 to 70 pips. That's great. So being the proportions of the trade set like this, I would put the stop loss in here because it's in a very safe position above the trend line, and my take profit I would put somewhere in here because it's of the money management 2-to-1, and this is the ratio you may like. And this is our trade in all its beauty. So the trend line, the channel, it's the equidistant channel, the sell, the stop loss, and the take profit 2-to-1. Really good. Best trade as of the 14th December 22 was definitely on the Swiss JPY currency pair. The trading situation was winding around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and the price itself pictured here this beautiful morning star pattern, which was strongly supported by one trend line and one formation. I may draw the trend line first. I will draw it like here in the platform. I would start at this one point, go through the second one, the second swing, and we will end up in here. So as we can see, the morning star pattern is sitting on the trend line very nice. Now I will draw it more broadly as we could see it much more better. So this is the trend line thing. And what's important to say is that this pattern is also supported by the formation, and it's the formation of double top. So we can see, we can spot the double top right in here. There is the first leg of the double top, and there is the second leg of the double top. According to my system, this formation of the double top is valid because the drop of the price before the formation was around this size, and the size of the formation itself is like that. So when I will measure this in pips, the falling price was about 120 pips of the size, and the size of the formation was around 80 to 85 pips. And my first rule to decide if the double top formation is valid or not is about those two measurements, when the size of the formation itself has to be smaller than the size of the price falling down to the formation before. And as for the space for the trade, I can say that the neckline of this formation is around there. So again, we got a good money management in here because the buying price would be around the course of the price about 145.655, which is right there on the close of the pattern. So there is the buy for the trade. The stop loss for the trade would be put to the distance of about 45 to 50 pips. I would maybe choose 45, and the reward or the take profit I would put or to the zone of around the neckline, which is 40 to 45. So we are again in the money management of 1-to-1. So to indicate it visually, the stop loss would be put somewhere to this place, and the take profit I would put to this place right down under the neckline of the formation of double bottom. And so we end up in the trade of about 45 pips to the stop loss and 45 pips to the take profit. And I am perfectly happy with this money management. Even when I would like to be more aggressive, I should make a try and go with a trade to this point, which is really visible and it's a very strong resistance. So my take profit would be somewhere around this point, which is the point with a distance of about 150 pips, which is great. In this case, the risk would be 45 and the take profit would be 150, so it's 3 to 1 plus. And I guess it's quite reasonable in this case, in this scenario, to choose this or such a take profit. And this is all about this beautiful trade. The best trade as for the 50 in December 22 is definitely this one on the GBP JPY currency pair. I really love this evening star pattern, which scratched itself to the up of the chart and then made this beautiful formation. It was around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and there is this nice space for the trade left, which is around 50 pips. And how can I draw this situation? There are obviously visible 3 points which I can draw now, so I will start at the first one. This is the first visible swing. I start here, I go through the second one, and I finish the drawing in the third one. And the third one is our beautiful engulfing pattern. To make it more visible, I can use the broader line from the drawing tool I have here. So this is it. And as I said before, the swing we can target to is right there. So we've got some place to this. The next thing I like about this trade from the upper half of the chart is the SR zone, which I see constructing itself in this place, or maybe that two places, because as I said before, it is a zone. And this range of the resistance helps for our trade too. To see that this trade is a short position is obvious. To see where to put stop loss is obvious, but where to put take profit? Yeah, it may seem obvious, but when I will draw the big descending channel, it's this side and it's even this side of the price, then it's not that obvious. The distance to the risk side of the trade measures about 50 pips, and the distance to the take profit to the first swing measures almost the same, it's about 50 pips. But when it comes to this broad channel, it's much more interesting, because the distance to the lowest side of this channel is 200 pips, and that's pretty a lot of. But as always, we're selling to the trade at this point because this is the close of the engulfing formation, and it's about the price of 168 and 25 to 27. The risk is obvious, it's around 50 pips, and the stop loss would be set to this point. When myself, I would put a take profit somewhere to this point of the price, because I would not be interested in this big fall, because at the moment of the selling, I don't know it will happen. But in times when I want to be more aggressive in the trade, obviously I can try to put or set the take profit level somewhere in here. And that will be nice, because it will be 150 plus pips to the risk of about 45 to 50 pips. And that's always nice, because the money management level risk reward is 3 to 1. And this is a very nice one. But still, 1 to 1 in this situation, which is very readable and visible, is okay for me. And this is all about this nice trade. Best trade for the day of the 16th of December 22 is definitely this one on the dollar Swiss franc currency pair. What I mean is this situation where we can see this beautiful engulfing pattern, and the trade takes its place at 9 o'clock in the morning. Technically, what's important to draw in here is this trend line, which is starting at this first swing and finishing its way on the third one on our signal and underlying it. Being it drawn like this, what we can see is the big space we've got to the first swing from the upper part of the price chart. This is an important level in a whole, because when we will go to the left side of the chart, we can draw the main and the most important SR line in the chart right here, right now. Maybe it's a zone, but it's a very, very thin zone, so let's draw it. And in this moment, for us as a traders, there is no doubt there is a big space for our trade. We are also backed up in this trade by the rounded bottom like this, and even the pace and the stairs of the price, as we can see in the last moments of the drawing, are quite nice. So there is definitely the structure of higher lows and higher highs, and this is okay. And now let's have a look at the risk reward, because the entry to the position will be there. The stop loss would be around 20 to 25 pips, maybe 25 is okay. And the take profit would be put at around 30 pips. Yeah, 30 pips is pretty okay. So we got buy here, we got the stop loss here, and we got the take profit level somewhere around there, which is a pretty nice setup with 25 pips stop loss and 30 pips take profit. So we are in the risk reward RRR 1 to 1 plus. That's good. And this is all about this trade. Bye.